The Phrygian mode sounds like danger with a passport. It's the minor scale's moodier cousin, the one who shows up to the jam session wearing sunglasses indoors and mutters something about ancient darkness. Technically, it's just the natural minor scale, but with the second note lowered by a semitone. That one change, that single half step, completely rewires the emotion. Instead of sadness, you get tension. Instead of melancholy, you get menace. Pink Floyd's Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun lives in E Phrygian. You can hear it immediately, that second note F natural slithering against the root like it's not supposed to be there. It's hypnotic, ritualistic, and slightly terrifying, like you're listening to a ceremony you weren't invited to. That's what Phrygian does best. It builds unease. It's not just dark, it's claustrophobic. The lowered second wants to rise, but it's trapped. Every time it tries, the mode drags it back down. That's why metal artists love it. It's the sound of rebellion wrapped in dissonance. But Phrygian doesn't just belong to the guitars. It's snuck into hip-hop too. Snoop Dogg's Gin and Juice sits comfortably in F Phrygian, looping between F minor and E flat minor. That E flat minor chord, that's what Phrygian magic happens. It adds that G flat, the lowered second, that makes the track feel cool, dangerous, and just slightly paranoid. Kendrick Lamar's Humble does it too. That piano riff hits the lowered second over and over again like it's taunting you. And because the beat is so stripped down, that single note defines the entire mood. Swap it back to natural minor and suddenly Humble loses its bite. It goes from menacing to melancholy. And that's the power of Phrygian. It's not about more notes, it's about where the wrong one goes. Now, theory check. Phrygian is the third mode of the major scale. So if you play all the notes of C major but start and end on E, you're in E Phrygian. Same notes, completely different gravity. C major feels open and bright. E Phrygian feels trapped and ancient. It's the same 12 notes, but the story they tell has changed. That's the trick with modes. It's not what notes you play, it's who you treat as home. But Phrygian doesn't always stay loyal. Sometimes songs dip in and out of it. London Calling by The Clash spends most of its time in E Phrygian, but right when the chorus hits, they swap D minor for D major. That single major chord shatters the tension and gives the song a heroic lift. It's a betrayal of Phrygian, and that's why it works. Because Phrygian never results cleanly. Its lowered second makes cadences awkward. You can't land anywhere without it feeling off. If you don't, the song just hovers. And then there's how we hear it. In the West, we call Phrygian exotic, mostly because it reminds us of Arabic and North African music. But that's not really accurate. Those traditions use scales where the second note isn't just lowered, it's bent, living somewhere between our F and F sharp. Those are microtones, and they give the sound that unmistakable edge, the feeling of notes breathing between pitches. It's what makes songs like Hari Keleba Baina by Naja Atabu sound hauntingly familiar and completely alien. That's not Western Phrygian. That's something deeper. And of course, confusion reigns. Songs like Mr. Lou, yes, the Pulp Fiction one, often get mislabeled as Phrygian, but it's actually the double harmonic scale, Phrygian's shinier, more dramatic cousin. It shares that flattened second, but swaps the minor third for a major one. That's what makes it sound like an ancient sword fight instead of a slow burn. There's even Phrygian Dominant, literally Phrygian but with swagger. Same darkness, but the third is major, giving it this eerie mix of menace and triumph. Jefferson Airplane's White Rabbit lives right between those two worlds. The verse starts minor, pure Phrygian, then hits the major third, turning into Phrygian Dominant mid-trip. It's not indecision, it's evolution. And that's maybe the point. Phrygian isn't meant to comfort you. It's meant to unsettle you, to blur the line between fear and fascination. It's what happens when music stops asking, where do we go? And starts asking, should we go at all? So yeah, Phrygian sounds like fear, but the kind of fear that makes you listen closer, the one that feels ancient, sacred, and a little too human.